Welcome to ABC 123 Trader. This is an introduction to the ABC 123 Institutional Line Indicator. This indicator was developed in order to find areas of support and resistance where the institutional players set up their positions. This indicator has color codes for the days of the week and thicknesses for how far back in time this support and resistance was created. Now let's dig into this indicator and see how we can use it. So when I designed this indicator, even of how many years I've been trading, I still get the odd aha moment, and you continuously research or talk to other traders. And so what these lines represent is where I believe where the institutions create support and resistance. As you can see, this pink line right here shows exactly where it hit and bounced off. And then it hit this purple line, and see how it vibrated in the beginning before it broke through? So what I do is we're going to recreate these lines. But what I do is I want to have these lines set in stone, and then so in time I can always refer to it or set up my position according to where the line is positioned. So what you can do is, because I have all these indicator lines here, what I want to show you is if I remove the indicator, of course, there are no lines. And if I put the indicator back on, all the lines that I have added in time right here are back in play. And what you see here are different sizes of lines. Okay, so this purple line is a thin line, this pink line is a thin line, and farther back you can see this purple line down here on the very bottom is much thicker. And so what I designed on my methodology is the farther back in time, the thicker the line will become. So every week I will increase the line size by 1. The colors, which I just use the colors of the rainbow, and I'll have to actually instill this in my head as well, are the days of the week. So Sunday starts red, red and yellow, pink and green. So then you can figure what day of the week this institutional line was formed. Now let's say you don't like the colors or you don't like the thicknesses. You do also have an option to just use a standard color. I just have it set for ivory, or I keep it at the same size. Let's say I keep it to let's say a line 4. Now everything is the same size and same color. Okay, so you do have the option to change the colors of the week. As you can see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or have just even a minimum size of 1, and they'll increase in time as well. Now, if let's say you have about 3 months of institutional lines and they're just starting to get clogged up, and it says, you know what, I just want the most relevant lines. So let's say I want to just look for just maybe this week, 7 days back. As you can see, these are the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sessions of the 7 days, because it was on the weekend there. So we have the last session of trading, and as you can see, this red one was within this week, and this one was starting on the 7th day. It's starting to get a little bit thicker. So this is how the indicator works. Now I'll show you how I write the indicators or design the where I put the lines. But what I'm going to do is, you have an option. If let's say you build it up and it says, you know what, I would just want to start from scratch, you can just press Control K, and it'll ask you, do you want to remove all institution lines? And you also have to click the left mouse button as well. And then what will happen, all the lines are gone. And we can start right from square one. So what I'm going to do is add the lines. And so how I do it is I will take, right from the beginning of the session, for the first couple of hours, I'll create a volume point of control. And I want to find out where the most volume is, where they're setting up their play. Now, to get volume point of control, you can just use, with the NinjaTrader platform, Control Control 3, pick your area. Whoops, sorry. Control 3, pick your area, and there's your volume point of control. So what I do, like I said, I will take the first couple of hours, just before you can see it's starting to snap, you can see the consolidation phase. Then you have your expansion phase, and away you go. Actually, there's an expansion here, but with so little volume, I always just take the highest volume line. Then what I'll do is, you just press Control L, and click the left mouse button, and there's your first line. And as you can see, this was a Sunday. This red line was a Sunday. And let's see if this, there we go. So on August 2nd, we go to the next section, and all we have to do, Control L, click, away you go, Control L, click, away you go. And as you can see, you just go on and on and on. I'll build up my institutional line, I guess, database for reference points. Now I want to show you how powerful this line is. As you can see, even on this line, when they moved the market up and it came down during the New York session market open, see how it tapped 3 times here and a little bit higher on this time, but at least we have a reference point. And with the highs, continuous highs, I just manually just draw a regular line. So for example, let's say I make a mistake up here while I'm designing my line, and I create a line up on the very top here. And I went, whoops, I made a mistake. All I have to do is just go Control O, click the button once, and we remove that one line. Let's say if I didn't get it as perfect as I wanted it. So what I'll do, what we're going to hopefully do, there we go, start going again. Keep on going, adding all my institutional lines. And so as you can see here, even though we have another institutional line playing in this zone, it is so close for me, I'm not going to add another line here. Or what you can do, actually I will. I'll add, you know what, let's just check the volume point of control just in case to see if it's matching. Let's see if it will match even if I go farther back in time. Nope, it's still a little bit lower. So what I can do is I can go Control L again, and what I'll do is I will, sorry about this. There we go. So we have 2 areas of support and resistance, so we know it's actually a stronger support and resistance area. We know it hit it a couple of times. We'll go at that one, and we'll just wrap all our lines, and then we're going to go through the methodology. A little off. No, it's good enough. It's close enough. Control L. And then what you can do is, if you're having a difficult time, what I use a local variable here, and just so I can get a crosshair going up and down, and then I'll go Control L and click there to continue on. And we'll just wrap up our lines here. There we go. I think we're up to the, no, we're not even up to the current time frame. We're almost there. I think I have 21 days that I'm loading up here, resetting. And this one a little bit lower. Perfect. And there we go. Now I have my template set up. I'm good to go. And now I'm set for all my institutional lines for the play. Now how I use this, for example, I will always use this as a reference point. So this morning while I was trading, I was watching this market. It all of a sudden it crashed down really quickly. Then it bounces up, and then it was just playing. and vibrating on my institution line. As you can see, it took off, did a serious retracement back to the institution line a little bit farther down, and away you go. And so that's how I trade it. So when I'm watching it bounce, like everybody, you know, the basic methodology is support and resistance, because we always create support and resistance from swing high, swing low, swing high, swing lows. But I believe these areas, the first couple areas, is pretty much kind of like a marker for them, for the institutional players. And you will notice it over and over and over again, as like from previous support and resistance. As you can see, in time it will tap, break here, come down to this lower one. Now we have another low. This could even be farther back in time that I haven't created, because I've only done 21 days. And as you can see, every time we get to a support and resistance zone, we get into some kind of funny area. And so at least we have a ballpark of what to do. And as you can see, even here, even though when it broke down and it creates, and then we can use our other candlestick math or logic and everything. As you can see, when we broke down and it started tracing up aggressively, we knew we are right within that ballpark. Even you can use this as a fractal breakout and continue on. So, and that's about it for this indicator. It's a very simple, powerful, nice indicator. So, you know how you sometimes lose your charts, or if you say, you know, for example, we go, you know, you'd have to manually lock all your your lines in the sand. But for example, we have our volume point of control. Now I can remove all drawing objects, but I still have my institution lines. And the only thing I still have to work on this indicator. I'm still trying to debate how I have to do it. I might have to do it on a template, and so you'll have less color features or anything. But if I go from a 1 minute chart to a 5 minute chart, I'll have to redraw it accordingly to the chart I've written to. Or I might have an option that I will just write the name of it, like when we save it, then you can reference a previous data series or previous institutionalized that you have written before. Other than that, that's it for this indicator. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at abc123trader, and I'll be gladly to answer any of your questions. Other than that, just make sure you pinpoint your trades, trade safe, and you guys have a great day. Take care. Bye.